Hi, this is Marianne Soucy from healingpeddlers.com. In this video, I will make some comments and share some insights on the new blog on Healing Peddlers that features Max the angel dog, and where I share the sacred spirit journey that I used to connect with Max, and it is also shared in the Healing Peddlers podcast. And I recommend that you go and either listen to or read that blog, because that gives you a better understanding of the comments I make and gives you an experience of how a connection with a pet in the afterlife can take place when you do these sacred spirit journeys that I do. Because as you see, that these journeys, they contain the messages from pets in the afterlife, but not just the messages. It also, in many cases, gives an insight into the pet's afterlife landscape, because that's unique to each individual. And in many of the journeys, you will also meet spirit guides of different kinds, and there may be gifts shared. So you never know beforehand what happens. And that is one of the differences when you compare to regular, just the messages, which are amazing and powerful themselves, but it adds more healing and advice for coping with the loss, but also moving forward, as you will see. In this sacred spirit journey that I did for Max the angel dog, we meet Max in his landscape, which is a wilderness area, a big open landscape. And contemplating that alone, studying a wilderness area, what that means to you and how it makes you feel and what it represents, can be very helpful in what is needed for healing and moving forward. And in that landscape, we are there at nighttime. There's an amazing dark blue sky, and there also is Archangel Michael shows up in his sapphire blue color, very beautiful. And you can also use his color to connect with him and with special powers and energy that he has of strength and protection and many other things. As Archangel Michael says in the beginning, start by simply allowing yourself to be enveloped in beautiful sapphire blue light, divinely blessed and protected. And Max says, when he starts talking, Max the angel dog, here, a little bit away from everything, where there is just us and the divine, you can relax into my embrace, into the peace, the love, and the forgiveness that I hold for you. And then he continues. But already from these parts from the beginning, you will see that there is an importance of, as Max says, a little bit away from everything, to take time out from your daily activities, from your worries, from whatever it is, and just you can go via the journey into that wilderness area or landscape, but you can also just use it metaphorically as to go into a meditation or a sacred place or a garden, whatever it is, but going away from everything and connecting with your guides, connecting with the divine, with your soul, a place where you can be at peace and where you can connect with Max, with the pet, if you imagine it being your own pet. So it gives a very good idea of some things you can put in place in order to connect with your angel animal. And of course, this is just in connection with Max. If that was a journey for your pet, it might be completely different. as it is here. And talking about wilderness area, there's another guide that comes here, and that is a wolf, a white wolf, a spirit wolf. Even that white color is also something you can look into. There's that dark blue, sapphire blue color, if you're into color, working with color, and then there's that white color that shows up. And Wolf says to Max's grieving human, keep your wild soul alive, your dreams and your connection to the divine. Your deep heart connection with Max is a way to all of them. Max holds your dreams in his loving embrace and reminds you of them as you look into his eyes and see your soul within his heart too. And then he continues. So you can see from this that these journeys are not always only about healing the now and here, which is also what it's about if you listen to all of Max's message, but often they also go beyond and shares a way forward in coping where you connect to your pet that has passed, experience them beside you or with you in spirit as you move forward. Moving forward doesn't look so hopeless because there is a connection and you are being given a way to move forward and to have certain things that you can do, like the wilderness area, like that special place away from everything that Max talks about. And as Wolf said, keep your wild soul alive. That short phrase is very powerful, and it also reminds me of that special poem of John O'Donoghue's that you have probably heard about. It's called A Prayer for Your Wild Soul. That is very deep, very moving, and very powerful. It goes like this. Give yourself time to make a prayer that will become the prayer of your soul. Listen to the voice of longing in your soul. Listen to your hungers. Give attention to the unexpected that lives around the rim of your life. Listen to your memory and to the inrush of your future, to the voices of those near you and those you have lost. Out of all that attention to your soul, make a prayer that is big enough for your wild soul, yet tender enough for your shy and awkward vulnerability, that has enough healing to gain ointment of divine forgiveness for your wounds, enough truth and vigor to challenge your blindness and complacency, enough graciousness and vision to mirror your immortal beauty. Write a prayer that is worthy of the destiny to which you have been called. So that is very powerful and something to also include in the things you may want to study. If Max's journey speaks to you, then I would say this prayer for your wild soul would definitely be something to look into also. And another thing that Max shares in this journey that will relate to that acceptance that is so hard for most of us when we have lost a beloved pet, to accept what happened, to really move into the now and accept that our pet has passed and they're not here with us. That is very hard to cope with and to really embrace. One of the things that Max says, he says, surprises happen in life. Some are bigger than others. But here we are. You found your way home to you. I'll take it again. You found your way to me. I'm so pleased, proud, and happy. I knew you would listen to my message in your heart. That is how I often communicate with you, as via your inner voice, the voice of your heart and soul. It is easy for you to recognize when your heart's voice speaks, you recognize it. As your connection is one of the heart and soul, listening to your heart is a way to me too. Did you notice in the beginning, he says, but here we are, but here we are. That is something that struck me the moment it came to me when I heard it. That is, it gives a very special feeling. He also explains, but here we are, that acceptance of the present is key to understanding and to peace, for it holds no blame, only peace, forgiveness, and a way forward. That acceptance of the present is key to understanding and to peace, for it holds no blame, only peace, forgiveness, and a way forward. That no blame and a way forward, that is, can be very much felt when you hear that phrase. So just sort of having that phrase or contemplating that can, to me, it was something that really made a difference. It touches something deep within. But here we are. That can be one thing that can also be helpful if you're struggling with moving into that present moment, accepting things as they are when you have lost a beloved pet, and the present moment is in many cases the last place you want to be because they're not here right now. And he also mentions later in his message, let yourself be at peace, knowing I'm near. They're always near. Just because they have passed and they're not there physically, it doesn't mean that they're not with you. They're deeply connected with you, the pets that have passed. And their presence can be felt and often experienced in many different ways. That is also different for each of us. And if you let go of how you expect your pet's presence or how they reach out to you, or you can reach out to them, and be open to whatever possibilities there might be, it might be easier instead of being locked into a certain way that you expect it to be. That can be a tip for doing that. Interesting thing also noticed in this journey is that when I started the journey, in the journey it was dark, it was nighttime. But then, as all the messages have been shared, the guides have spoken, and Max too, then we notice that the sun is rising, the night is ending, and a new day is dawning. That the rays of the sun shine on all and bless everything and everyone. And this light brings hope and a smile on all faces. So a new day is dawning. That's also very symbolical, very powerful. And that is also why often the journeys have such powerful effect and healing on those who receive the journeys, or even if it's just listening to the journeys, if you go to the Healing Peddlers podcast. Because you are led through that whole journey. You go, it's like you are on the journey with me, and you experience the healing that takes place within the journeys. So that was just a little of what was in the journey I did to connect with Max, the angel dog. And you could see that was a journey that also had a lot of focus on helping Max's human moving forward after the loss, and obviously being very strongly supported from Max in spirit and the guides. And so there was a lot of advice that she got there, but it's very different, as I mentioned, in the various journeys with messages from pets, and you can experience it for yourself and see what resonates for you. And if you're interested in receiving a journey, a sacred spirit journey for your own pet where I connect with your pet. You can learn more on healingpeddlers.com. We go up on the top of the page where it says receive a message. So that was it for now. Blessings to you and your angel animals.